Yes!
Hey everyone, Dante here with the Raging Geek, and today we're going to take a look at The Nun, and this is from NECA. This is the Conjuring universe. Now, hopefully some of you have seen the Conjuring movie series, and the Warrens, and their battle against evil spirits. Now, I love this type of stuff. I love the supernatural. I love anything to do with magic and spirits and demons. Anything that can't be scientifically proven. That's where I'm at. Now, The Nun, supposedly a nun who went bad. Now, this particular nun I got at Target. She was $35. Now, I was kind of taken back at the price. You know, $35 for NECA figures usually is reserved for Ultimate figures. And, you know, this nun seems pretty basic to me. I don't really see many accessories in the box. As far as I can tell, it's just the extra head you get. Now, you know, Ultimate figures comes with a real big selection of accessories that you can embellish your figure with, and you just don't get that with this. Now, I know, you know, everyone's talking about inflation these days, so I'm going to have to chalk it up to inflation, but, you know, NECA figures really starting to get up there in price. $35 for your basic figure these days. You know, I remember a time when it was just like $20. You know, $22. You know, then it started creeping up to $25 and $27, but $35, my, that's a lot. This is a special Raging Geek Halloween edition. This is The Nun from the Conjuring universe, and this is by NECA. Let's take a closer look. So The Nun, take a look at her. Just in time for Halloween, The Nun, showing her devotion to the evil entities. You know, I'm a big fan of these movies. I love the Conjuring series. You know, when I saw The Nun, you know, I was kind of a bit underwhelmed in comparison to, like, say, you know, Annabelle. The Nun, I mean, I expected a little bit more. I mean, all she really did was give, like, a howling scream anytime. It was more suspenseful, the movie, and, you know, that was it. I mean, she's a nun. I mean, what does she do? You know, I think the grand finale was, you know, she tried to strangle, I think, one of the stars in the movie, but that was about it. I mean, other than that, all she did was scream. If you guys aren't familiar, they also have a nun pop, and I mean, you be the judge here, the comparison. I mean, I have to say, the pop nun, definitely a fun figure. Let's take a closer look at the nun face, though, from NECA. Look at that. Look at that face. A face only the devil would love. Now, a couple of things about the nun. Her shroud, I want to say, it comes off. And it comes off pretty easily. And, I guess this allows you for the changing of the head. But yeah, this is there's a wire frame in here, and you can, mold it however you like, around the nun. the other head here, a more stoic, serious nun head. This is the one you want to put, like, that's coming out of the shadows. The one that's just like staring at you from the darkness. This is the face that just stares at you from the darkness. When the nun is just contemplating, when is she going to ruin your life? Do I ruin you now or later? I'm not sure. But rest assured, I will sooner or later. Definitely, this is the face that strikes fear into the good souls of the world. Probably not surprisingly, she doesn't come with any religious effects or religious articles. And, I guess to avoid any controversy or anything like that, but, if you watch the movie, now, not the Nun in particular, I think it was the Conjuring 3, where, they had the room with, like, it was like 100 crucifixes in the room, and then, something, I think that was the one where it was kind of like the prelude to the Nun, but, all the crucifixes just started to turn upside down, and it was just, like, really disturbing. But, it would have been nice if she had, like, some type of additional accessory other than the head, especially for the $35 price tag. I mean, that's a bit much, to just get one head. But yeah, the nun. Take a quick up and down at the nun. She has her robe. Now, not that I made a conscious effort to look under the robe, but if you look under the robe, if you happen to look under the robe, it's not pretty under there. I mean, she's got some really messed up, I want to say they're like spider veins times 100, but they definitely they made it not pretty under the robe. So just warning you now if you happen to take a gander. Other than that, the nun. One thing I noticed about the nun that I haven't noticed about any other NECA figures, and here's a real super close up. Definitely did a good job with the screaming face. The feet, and I've never noticed this before with any NECA figure, but there's no hole for the NECA stand, which is kind of weird. So I guess they expect you to just stand her on her own without a stand, which is fine. She seems to stand fine, but don't expect any kung fu kicks with this nun, because she ain't doing it without a stand. I guess they figured, being a nun, she would just stand proper, no questions. Look at that, the nun. What a beautiful figure, perfect for Halloween. I couldn't be happier. Wish she was $5 cheaper, but what can you do? Say hello to her little friend. The nun, you can find her at Target, $35. I haven't seen her anywhere else. Target's your best bet. She seemed to be in abundance when I first saw her, but, being it's Halloween, you never know. The horror figures can start flying off the shelves. People start getting that impulse buy syndrome, I want to say. So, pick her up now if you love The Conjuring, you love The Nun. Pick her up. She's at Target. I want to wish everyone a happy Halloween. This was The Raging Geek. I hope you enjoyed this video. Come again soon. Take care.
Raging Geek, Retro, all things geek. We're geeks and be geeks. Raging Geek, Retro, all things geek. We're geeks and be